Many often wonder, what does it take to become successful in the MyTeam community? The best way to find out is by looking at people who have found success and analyze what they did to get there. In this series, we will be doing just that. Welcome to Inside the Mind, Season 1, Episode 6. RCA is one of the most unique MyTeam content creators and players that we have in our community. But above that, RCA is one of the most positive humans we have as well. RCA sees 2K as a small fraction of his life. Outside of the game, he enjoys staying in shape and pretty much all things fitness related. RCA can be found on Twitter dishing out fitness challenges to his supporters, whether that be basketball related or just some pull-ups you'll never really know. RCA played basketball in high school when he was younger, and thanks to him for staying in pretty good shape, it appears he can still hoop at a decent level. But above all of those things, RCA takes the most pride in being a dad. He actually had a video that went absolutely viral with his daughter a few years back, amassing millions of views on different platforms.
I'm blessed.
Yes. Say thank you, God.
Thank you, God,
For making me
for making me
the greatest.
the greatest.
There's nobody
There's nobody
better
better
than me.
than me.
Alright, give me 5. Give me a kiss.
A few years back, RCA joined a Facebook group and started sharing some pointers on how to win in MyTeam. Quickly after, he made a YouTube channel and started sharing some of his playbooks, his freelances, and some of his defensive tactics. Even to this day, his channel is known one where newer players can go to learn how to play, and better players can go to expand their game with tips like this.
You can use the version where you just use the spin itself, or if you want to protect the ball and use extra jabs, you can hold L2 to protect the ball, and you can spin out of it that way. So right here, I'm holding L2, I'm going to show my back, and I'm going to spin towards the sideline, getting me a nice path to the basket on the left side. But you don't have to do that. Again, you can just...
Because of those tips and just overall production value and knowledge, RCA grew very fast on YouTube. He's already up to 11.4k followers. He started his Twitch less than a year ago, and he already got partnered over there. His Twitch streams are definitely quite different than most other MyTeam streamers. You still get the experience of somebody just chatting and having a good time with their audience, but the gameplay you see from RCA is quite different than the majority of other streamers. Even though RCA is very good at the game, his gameplay is pretty much 110% different on both sides of the ball than many of the other top level MyTeam streamers. He definitely found his niche though. His channel has already taken off in less than a year and it's growing rapidly. First, let's take a look at how RCA builds his lineup. It's actually quite different than what most people do. He does not use the same meta players that most people use in every single lineup you see at a competitive setting, but it's not like he avoids them like the plague. He just uses players he likes and that have jump drop bases that he likes. On the floor, he runs some plays, he runs some different freelances that you might not see, like the generic Hawks 2018, and he stays really patient on offense. We're going to go ahead and watch a gameplay footage from one of his Twitch streams about 2 weeks ago and check out his defensive settings first. Once again, pretty unorthodox. He uses tight on-ball pressure and gap on off-ball, which is not seen too often. I think some other people have picked up on it since seeing him use it, but most of the time people are not doing that. His no help rules are pretty much the same as what most people use. No threes, no help. And he's going to go ahead and put a on-ball defender that's more of a walk, well, kind of, Larry Bird onto the point guard because he is running one of those players that he likes that not many other people run, which is Rajon Rondo in this gameplay. And you could even make the argument that Larry Bird is also in that category. Right here, he's going through and he's putting in a bunch of different plays in his play arsenal, and then he's going to choose Iverson series, which is also one that you just don't see ran from too many other people at a high level in this game. Most of the time it's Hawks 2018. Right off tip, he's going to call a quick little play, gets a double screen, and his opponent already doesn't really know what to do. His opponent probably hasn't seen a set like this in the past month of playing MyTeam. If he has, it hadn't came from a player of the caliber of RCA most likely. Right off rip, he's going to call a defense half-court press, and he's going to start switching rapidly player from player, and this is where you see a few more parallels from other high-level players. He gets in a lane right off rip, he gambles, he doesn't get the ball, but he does force a pretty bad contested shot from his opponent, which is exactly what he wanted. On the other end, he goes for a step back with Larry Bird, which you're going to see he absolutely loves, and then does a triple threat spin into some sort of series set that I really can't even identify, to be honest with you, and next thing you know, he's got Kawhi slipping to the basket for an easy dunk. Next time down the floor, he's getting a different look this time. High screen from Kareem right down to the paint, one little pump fake, and just like I mentioned in the key concepts, he is very patient with his offense. Right here, he nearly gets Paged, the ball's chucked down the floor, but he does recover with Kareem, hardly misses the block, but it still shows that his instincts were there. This time around, he's bringing the ball up the court with Rajon Rondo, goes for the Curry slide, looks for the open lane, and it's not there. RCA is being patient once again, he pulls it out and goes for another pick and roll. This time, he's going to get the alley-oop to go. So it's not like RCA is outright ignoring or not doing typical things that you'd see from other players offensively, like pick and rolls, but this time down the floor, he is going to get back into his somewhat unorthodox offensive style with some wraparound cuts, dishes back out to Kawhi, finds Larry Bird on the high block or low block area, somewhere down there, and he ends up taking another high screen and gets the easy dunk with Rondo after confusing his opponent with a whole bunch of different weird wraparounds and cuts. He does speed up his offense a little bit to end the quarter. He ends up hitting a green 3 with Kawhi to finish out the first quarter up a few possessions. Going to the second quarter, he gets a tough break there, misses a dunk, and he's going to switch to some on-ball defense, push his opponent outside of the paint to stop the fast break. Right here, he's smart to switch to Kareem, kind of stop that 5 out, which he does very, very well, especially switching to the low players and helping out if somebody does beat him and then recovers. He ends up just barely missing his swing, and right here, I will say if that was a player that was a little bit longer than Rondo, he might have had some more success. I cannot lie to you. So now he has Magic Johnson in the game for Rondo, and he shows his range with a difficult jumper to Green in Magic Johnson. He's going to keep going back to Magic, whether that's shooting the ball or running the offense through him. This time, he's going to find his man Larry Bird for a kind of hash 3, I guess you could say. Decent range on that one as well. And this time, he's going to use the Magic Johnson to hit the quick burst off a size up and green another 3. So he's definitely found his groove this quarter, greening his shots, even with players that have difficult jump shots to time like Magic Johnson. Right here, he's going to use his own on-ball defense to hedge a screen. He's going to get the nice recovery with Bird here, but there's nothing more he could have done about that. It was a perfect switch and defense to a pick and roll situation. This time around, he's going back to Bird, and he's going to hit a step back, which he just has to clip because I know RCA loves to shoot those step backs with Larry Bird. This time, he's going to go ahead and play quite a bit of on-ball defense, jump at something that he probably shouldn't have, but it doesn't really matter because his opponent misses the shot. He's going to run down on the fast break, but he's always patient even in these kind of situations. He kicks it out to Larry, and he goes back to another triple threat jab step that you just don't see that many people take advantage of. He's going to shoot another step back with Larry after green and one. He felt it. Doesn't matter that he missed. He gets his own board and puts it back. At this point, he's all the way up in a full court press now. He's likely to change his defensive schemes multiple times a game. This time, he gets kind of a tough break as well, missing a steal in the lane that he probably should have got to go. Doesn't matter, he's on the break regardless, and his opponent has to foul him. Now Larry Bird's starting to get a little bit more of the ball handler type role in this offense. He's taking high screens, and he's going to the rack with Larry Bird again, and he's going to go ahead and get him cooking with another clip again. So he's starting to run his offense exclusively through Larry Bird at this point. Even though he's at the small forward position, his offense is still set up where he can use Bird as a primary ball handler. Even though he doesn't have a Curry slide animation or anything like that, RCA is totally fine with him being that guy. He's going to get some bumps with him on defense as well. Quite a bit of on-ball defense we're seeing at this point. He's going to go ahead and do a manual switch, just late to recover, and his opponent does end up greening a shot. But at this point, it definitely doesn't matter too much as RCA has an 18-point lead, and since this is just a game of Unlimited, I'm sure at this point RCA is just talked and goofing around, but he's still filling it up with his man Larry Bird. He's running the offense through him exclusively through the end of this game, and he greens one more 3 with him, which is going to lead to RCA actually getting stalled through these last few seconds of the game. Overall, I'd say it's safe to say that a lot of people don't realize how unique RCA is, but also a lot of other people don't realize that RCA does take advantage of the certain things that many other players do in this game as well. At the end of the day, he's an incredibly fun player to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Inside the Mind. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever works for you. Any of that sort of support is free, so it is very, very much appreciated if you went ahead and did that. But anyways guys, it's Unbeatable Jacob. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'm out.